Okay, I think we're live, Anne-Marie. It's 2 o'clock Pacific, and I hope people are seeing us in our live stream. Hello and welcome, and thank you for joining us for We Are One 2021. My name is Peter Brimacum, and I'm here with my much better half, Anne-Marie. This show is produced by West Coast Reach Association, also known as REACH. It's being live streamed from Victoria, BC, Canada, and it will be just over an hour long.
Yeah.
And we're dedicating this, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're dedicating this to our dear friend and REACH member, Gail Owens, who is forever in our hearts.
Yes, that's beautiful. We know that we've got viewers from here on Vancouver Island and all across Canada to the East Coast, where our first performers are from. This show, We Are One, last year was our first live stream show, and we were really hoping that we'll be here in person. But being virtual is great. So many of you can join us from wherever you are in the world. So welcome all.
One of our performers, Morgan Toney, is from Matmatuk First Nations in Nova Scotia, Matmatuk First Nations in Nova Scotia, and one of his songs speaks of the great Creator. And in that spirit, I'd like to ask the Creator to accept our thanks for this opportunity to come together today, and also to ask for blessings and healing for our world.
Our show today, We Are One, commemorates Human Solidarity Day and the International Day of Persons with Disabilities. Both are in December, and both advocate for inclusion and unity and diversity, which that's the mission of REACH. We're going to start with a short video about human solidarity produced for the United Nations, and it's entitled The Story You Are Shaping.
This story began long before you, and it will continue long after you. But for now, this story is yours to shape. This is the story of humanity and of the earth we inhabit. This is our declaration of interdependence, our commitment to honor the rights of all people everywhere, to protect the planet, our common home, to create shared prosperity, to strengthen universal peace, and free the world from fear and violence, to work together in partnership so that no one is left behind. We will free the human race from the tyranny of poverty. We will heal and safeguard our planet for all generations and shift our world onto a sustainable path. As we embark on this collective journey, we pledge to include every human. So we gather, we build, we write, we create, we imagine, we collaborate, we dream, we play, we speak, we run, we work, we share, we love. This is the story you are shaping.
What a beautiful video.
Yeah, yeah, for the
Beautiful.
United Nations, because it is Human Solidarity Day that we're commemorating, as well as the International Day of Persons with Disabilities.
Great. During the show, we have enabled text chat if you'd like to communicate that way. And one of our members, Susan, is monitoring and she will respond on behalf of Rach. And Peter and I will look forward to reading your messages after. So maybe text us, let us know where you're watching from. That'll be great. Special thanks to Amber and Liam, a husband and wife team called, wait for this, I love the name of their production, Yes Dear Productions. And thank you so much for helping us produce our Reach videos and for live streaming the show today.
And now we'd like to introduce our first performers, Morgan Toney with Keith Mullins. Morgan is a Mi'kmaq First Nations fiddler and singer from Cape Breton Island. And Keith is from many generations of Celtic musicians from the East Coast.
We really enjoyed chatting previously. Oh. Hey!
And there's Morgan. And Morgan, you made it. So nice to see you. Great. Now you're in a festival. Are you in a festival today there?
Yeah, we just did a thing for Home Roots. It's a big festival, and it was really cool. We got to do a set here in the studio. As you can see, it's all set up. So we got the piano here. My friend Isabella Santos was on the piano. I was in there in the middle, and Keith Mullins was there on the other side there. And we got a full tech crew here with us today. We got a whole bunch of cameras. We got a mix board, so much stuff. It's really exciting. And but I'm happy to be with you guys today. So.
Oh, thank you for taking the time.
Yeah, we really appreciate both you and Keith being part of our show and for taking the time to sign in today. And we did do an interview pre-recorded that we're going to go to now with your beautiful music, Morgan. Thanks again.
No problem. Thank you.
Many blessings.
Many blessings to you guys as well. So Gojua is a traditional Mi'kmaq song that has been played here in Nova Scotia. We call it Mi'kma'ki for over 500 years. It's one of the oldest songs that we know to date. I'm sure there's maybe dozens or 100 more songs, but this is one song that has been saved because it is a big part of who we are. This one song is a social song. And like I mentioned earlier, like songs of healing, this would be a good song for healing as well because it brings people together. There is a dance associated with this song, and it is a beautiful, beautiful dance. And the style has not changed. This remained the same. So I think that's probably one of the reasons why the song is still here today. If you were to talk to a Mi'kmaq elder, they wouldn't know what the words mean. They might have an idea of what the words mean, but our language has evolved so much. It's really interesting.
You're doing some amazing things, both of you, in fusion, in infusing traditional Mi'kmaq melodies and lyrics with some Celtic.
So Celtic music here in Cape Breton is huge.
Yes.
It's really huge. The Mi'kmaq music here is also huge. And
there's also a very strong Celtic influence in the Mi'kmaq communities, but only within Cape Breton, it seems. Is that correct, Morgan, would you say?
That's correct. Same with Acadian as well. Yeah, same with Acadian. So when I first started performing, I wasn't singing at all. I would go on there, say, hi, my name is Morgan Toney, play a few tunes for you, and just play fiddle tunes throughout the night. And I kind of got myself a fan base by doing that. But it wasn't until I was at Cape Breton University where I kind of came out of my shell a little bit and sang the song with an elder. And the elder looked at me and he said, you are the voice. You got to sing.
We look to the Great Spirit for guidance to walk in harmony, to conquer our enemies. The greatest ones are within, you see. Let my soul take in the beauty of the day and the sun going down. So when my life is at its end, I may leave with this message to send. Him sitting over mom for all the life, the trees, the air. Him sitting over mom. This is how we end our prayer. Him sitting over mom for all the life, the trees, the air. Him sitting over mom. This is how we end our prayer.
Imsit Nogama is a song that me and Keith written together. It was our first song that we co-written together. And Keith asked me, what is an important phrase that the Mi'kmaq people use in their daily lives? And I was like, there's this one phrase, it's a really important phrase, and it's called Imsit Nogama. And Imsit Nogama translates to all of my relations. Mm-hmm. So we say Imsit Nogama after every prayer that we do, after every speech, after every big event. If there's a gathering of people, we say Imsit Nogama. And it basically means that we are all connected in some way. We're all one heart, one body, one mind. So let's work together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When you fuse two different styles, often there's a synergy, and the end product is kind of different and in some ways stronger than the original two components.
Mm-hmm.
But
isn't that the beauty of the beauty of life and the whole earth, is that when we get together and when we collaborate with other cultures, when we learn from other cultures and we invite them in, we become better as people.
Mm-hmm.
And embrace them. Yeah.
Yes.
We are resilience. We are one. With the pureness in our hearts, from all we overcome. We are the people of the dawn. The mission of the good we hope will always carry on.
thank you, Morgan and Keith. What a wonderful way to start the
start.
show. As mentioned earlier, the show is produced by West Coast Reach Association. It's a young Canadian charity that celebrates inclusion and diversity of ages, cultures, and abilities through music and the performing arts.
And our members, we've been rehearsing weekly since September on Zoom for this show. We have members from here on Vancouver Island, over on the mainland of BC, as far up north as Yellowknife, and all the way in the Caribbean, Tobago. So it's great. Tobago is where Reach started. During the show, you'll be hearing from some of our members, and now we'd like to share a short clip from Mikey, and that will be followed by the beautiful song, Humble and Kind.
Mikey, there are a lot of challenges in the world today. What do you think the world needs more of?
A lot of things like kind, helping people out, and doing things right.
What do you like most about Reach?
Singing with friends. There's a lot of things about singing. Sing a song, do a song language, and do things like that.
Right.
And Mike, the name of our show is We Are One.
How do we sign
How do you
that?
sign We Are One?
We are one.
That's great.
I love you.
Nice. Nice.
Nice.
Thank you both.
We love you too.
We love you too.
You know there's a light that glows by the front door. Don't forget the keys under the mat. When childhood stars shine, always stay humble and kind. Go to church 'cause your mama says to. Visit grandpa every chance that you can. It won't be wasted time. Always stay humble and kind. Hold the door, say please, say thank you. Don't steal, don't cheat, don't lie. I know you got mountains to climb, but always stay humble and kind. When the dreams you're dreaming come to you, when the work you put in is realized, let yourself feel the pride, but always stay humble and kind.
Don't expect a free ride from no one. Don't hold a grudge or a chip, and here's why. Bitterness keeps you from flying. Always stay humble and kind. Know the difference between sleeping with someone and sleeping with someone you love. I love you with no pickup line, so always stay humble and kind.
Hold the door, say please, say thank you. Don't steal, don't cheat, don't lie. I know you got mountains to climb, but always stay humble and kind. When the dreams you're dreaming come to you, when the work you put in is real.
When it's hot, eat a root beer popsicle. Shut off the AC and roll the windows down. Let that summer sun shine. Always stay humble and kind.
Don't take for granted the love this life gives you. When you get where you're going, don't forget to turn back around and help the next one in line. Always stay humble and kind.
Yeah, such a beautiful song and beautifully performed, guys. Originally, that song was recorded by Tim McGraw, and in his original video, there are some beautiful images, international images too, if you search that on YouTube.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, thank you to our wonderful soloists, Erin Sharp and Jason Clark. Erin is a graduate of the University of Victoria School of Music. She's a professional singer and a voice teacher here in Victoria. And Jason was one of our original Reach members in Tobago. And we're so happy that we can include Jason virtually. So that's great with lovely scenery in Tobago there. Jason has been in a wheelchair since he fell from a tree as a young boy, and he is an international advocate for persons with disabilities.
It's now our privilege to introduce our next guest performer, Alvin Law. Alvin is an internationally celebrated motivational speaker and an amazing musician. He plays drums, piano, trombone with his feet. When our young granddaughter first saw Alvin, she didn't even notice that he had no arms. She said, look, he has no hair. And Alvin can take a lot of teasing. I know he's hoping to come in from Calgary Live. Do we have Alvin with us? There
I'm here.
Oh, Alvin, thanks so much. We have a good segment coming up of our interview with you and some of your music. But am I correct that you are living in Calgary but wearing a Saskatchewan Roughriders jersey?
So, yeah, and trust me, it causes me a lot of grief. I was born in rural Saskatchewan, 2 hours east of Regina. My father was actually British, but he was a huge sports fan, and he decided that he would give in and embrace the Canadian football as opposed to real football, which is what we call soccer. Anyway, I'm getting off the topic, but I moved to Calgary in 2000, and I have I love the city. I never would have thought I would have been in Calgary and lived here for 21 years, but I am a diehard Rider fan, and as it turns out, at halftime, they're actually winning against Winnipeg 10-7. Who knew?
They are the underdogs, I think, and whoever wins plays Hamilton in the Grey Cup. Is that right? And in Hamilton, so that'll be interesting.
That's right. And again, I'm not sure. Yeah, in Hamilton. Yeah. And I'm not sure if anybody's watching cares about this, but I'm going to draw a segue, because one of the things that I did on Friday, which was the International Day of Persons with Disabilities, was I posted a video. And if people want to look up on my Facebook page or on my Twitter feed or on my LinkedIn, I shared that video and I described what I call the reason the day was important was not only to acknowledge people with disabilities, but I'm one of those annoying eternal optimists. So where people might not be so positive about the progress we've made as a community of people with disabilities, I tend to look the other way and say, I'm 61 years old. The changes that I've seen, and in fact, because of programs like yours, have empowered people with disability. But the point of my video, I was even wearing this jersey, I think, was the pride. Is it possible to be proud of yourself and have a handicap? Well, my answer is yes. And that's not contrived. It's not some kind of motivational speaker tactic. This is who I am all the time. Now, I have my bad days, like if my Riders don't win this game, I'll be in a grouchy mood for a while. But the reality is I take pride in my being my authentic self. And I believe that's what you're focusing on with this show today. And I'm so impressed because not only am I included, but oh my God, the talent that you've put up, the music, the people that are able to see this, it's a gift that you folks have given us.
Thank you. It is our privilege, and it's been a privilege to meet you as a result, Alvin. We hope we can stay in touch.
Oh my goodness. Yes, yes. And you know, our Zoom interview with you was so amazing. There's so much that we would love to share. And we're excited to share a small part of that. And of course, clips of you performing.
So back to your football game and go Riders, go Rough Riders.
Actually, you know what I'm going to do first, because it's halftime. I am going to walk our dog, Murphy. He's a 5-year-old border collie, husky terrier mix. He's too smart for his own good. He's got a really great nose, but he's a border collie, which means he needs activity. So while I've got a break in the action here, I'm going to walk him down our back alley and play in a park about 2 blocks away. I've actually trained him to follow me without a leash, and he's that smart. So I'm all dressed up. It's minus 14 here today.
Oh, boy.
Ay, ay, ay.
Well, enjoy.
Enjoy and watch the rest of the show later.
Go Riders, and thanks again for doing this. And boy, I'll tell you what, keep on reaching because you guys matter.
Greatest musicians in the world, but we have to work very hard to pass that post of amazing just for the disability as opposed to the music itself.
Alvin, in your lifetime, though, do you see that changing? Do you see more knowledge? Do you see less stigma growing?
I see the world completely differently in 2021 than I did even when I was, starting my speaking full time in 1988 and trying to come up with a resonant message. I know you're planning on playing the Yes I Can, we call it, or the Real Superhumans video. This is probably a great setup for it. That video proves everything. But what I'd like to do now that I brought it up, one of my favorite Alvin stories, and I want your audience to consider this. We did not know before we got to England in 2016 to film the video, there were people from all over the world, that we were going to be recording the soundtrack at Abbey Road Studios, which is the famous recording studio of the Beatles and Pink Floyd, and you know it. I mean, everybody knows it. Well, we were in it. You can't actually go in there as a tourist. You can go to the gift shop next door. But when all of us went into that studio and everybody had a handicap and we were about to record a soundtrack for a music video, you could see the looks on all of the people's faces who worked there. They weren't sure. They just weren't sure. And by the end of the day, absolutely true story. The man who ran the place that day has been a recording engineer for 37 years. He said, we've never had a better day at Abbey Road than we had today. And he said, and that's not to sound patronizing. I just think everybody here that works here have never been in the room with so many people who live, listen to this, who live their music.
Wow.
That's what he said. And I'm like blushing and crying. That's what music means to me. It's not a hobby, and I don't do it so people can go, you're amazing. It lives inside of me. And the love of that, being able to give it out to people, even if it's just a quick demonstration on stage, means the world to me.
Yes, I can, suddenly, yes, I can. Gee, I'm afraid to go on has turned into, yes, I can. Take a look, what do you see? 133 pounds of confidence, me. Got the feeling I can do anything, yes, I can. Something that sings in my blood is telling me, yes, I can. I was just born today, I can go all the way, yes, I can.
how the heck did a guy with no arms end up as a musician?
Well, because of divine intervention. How about that loaded answer?
Sure.
All right. It is the only way that I can figure out why in 1971, my mother got a phone call from a stranger named Blaine McClary, who had just moved to a little town called Yorkton, Saskatchewan, and was putting in a new process where all fifth graders had to do a music aptitude test to see which ones might excel in school band. School band was actually a credit, so he could test people. And then we took a test. He calls my mom out of the blue. My name is Blaine McClary. Your son got 96% on this test, which mom didn't even know about. You know, you don't tell your parents. What do you say at the end of the day? What'd you do today? Nothing.
Nothing.
Right? So I took this test, not even remembering it. But when my mom said 96%, well, what does that mean? He says, it means I want him in the school band. Now imagine this story in real time. And mom goes, wow, I can't believe that. I can't wait to tell him he's at school. I know, Mrs. Law, I'm calling to get your permission. Well, you have my permission, but what's he gonna play? Band director says, you know what? I don't care. Let him pick. Mom says, you haven't met him, have you? And the band director goes, no, I'm just going through a list here. I'm calling all the moms. And don't take this the wrong way, ladies. This is when moms primarily stayed at home. All right, 1971. Mom says, well, good time to tell you, Alvin has no arms. And the guy predictably gets very uncomfortable, says a few words of apology, and politely hangs up. Mom doesn't tell me about the call because that would be a part of my life that she was guarding of. But literally 6 weeks later, I walk in the house from school. Mom says, there's a piece of great news, Alvin. We got into the car. She explained about this test that I'd forgotten about. She told me about the guy that called and hung up, and then said, but he called back this morning. They came up with an instrument for me to play in band. And funny enough, it wasn't the drums, which I'm known for. It was a trombone. And I've often said, a trombone. Like, who thinks of that? No arms, trombone. That's a big leap. Now, you'll see from the video that you have, it is made special. So the trombone is actually being held by a chair that I played with my foot.
He figured out a way that I could play in the band by using my feet to play a trombone mounted on the side of a chair. And I would just play it like this. And who knew, you know? I mean, it was a huge moment. Being in band was everything to me. It was all the stuff that I couldn't do, you know, didn't matter anymore. I could be in the band.
But the key to that story is what you asked me. How did that happen? It had to be divine intervention. But my mom believed also, and my mom was my adopted mom, by the way, not my birth mom. My mom's faith, she was a woman of faith, also said, you were born this way with no accident. This was your life as it was meant to be planned.
Yes, I can. 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 Yes, I can.
Hey, yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can! Are you ready? I can climb Everest. Yes, I can. I can fight here all night and never rest. Yes, I can. I was just born today. I can go all the way. Yes, I can.
Wow. Wow. Amazing. Amazing. Well, it's been so good to meet Alvin. And, we're really grateful. He actually came on one of our Zoom rehearsals to chat, meet and chat our members. And that was so special. We're also grateful to Channel 4 in the UK for allowing us to use their video, Yes, I Can, in this production. And that was produced for the Paralympics in Rio 2016. As you can see, Alvin was performing there with some amazing musicians and performers from across the globe.
As this show commemorates the International Day of Persons with Disabilities and REACH celebrates diversability, we wanted to share a great short video here with permission from the U.S. District of Columbia Office of Disability Rights. They produced this video to help people overcome awkwardness when interacting with those with disability. I'm smiling here. Many of the producers and actors have disability in this video. They obviously had a lot of fun with this. We hope you enjoy it.
Good morning, Bob. Morning there, big man. Morning, Alice!
There's no need to be awkward.
Poor Bob. Like so many of us, he just doesn't know how to interact with people with disabilities.
It's pretty easy, really. People with disabilities are people first.
We need the same things that every person needs, like respect.
Good morning, everyone.
Attention!
Okay. Maybe we need to be more specific.
The easiest way to show respect is to focus on the person, not the disability. It's okay. You'll get the hang of it.
One easy way to focus on the person is to watch the person signing and not their interpreter.
Or their companion.
It's really cool that you'd like to help, but do us both a favor and please ask me first. What you think might be helping?
I got you.
Wait, ah! Oh no, might actually not.
If you'd like to offer me help, let me hold on to your elbow. Don't take mine.
Hey, would you like to take my arm?
Sure.
Assistive devices help us to live our lives. They're really important and really personal.
Grabbing them only makes it weird for everyone.
What? Please only touch our devices and service animals if we've given you permission. And don't take it personally if I ask you not to. Remember that my service animal helps me all the time. Neither of us would like it if we were separated.
Remember, we make our own decisions. We sign documents, vote, volunteer, work, and pay taxes.
We get married.
So don't underestimate me just because I have a great smile.
Just because I'm blind.
May I help you?
Does not mean I'm deaf.
Just because I'm deaf doesn't mean I'm blind.
And just because I use a wheelchair doesn't mean that I can't sweep you off your feet.
So take a deep breath, relax. We don't bite.
Unless we're really hungry.
Hello there, ladies. How are you?
Hello. And if you're not sure what to do, just ask.
Hi, would you still like to see a menu?
No thanks, but can you please read it to me?
Sure, definitely.
Just treat us the way you would want to be treated, and we'll all be okay.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Alice.
Morning.
Awkward no more. Nice job, Bob. Go forth and be human.
There's no need to be awkward.
So good, so good. We hope you enjoyed that. And now, Reach will perform the song This Is Me with soloists Suzanne Starkowitz and Alexa St. Marie. Both are graduates of the Canadian College of Performing Arts here in Victoria. And Alexa is actually now on the faculty teaching dance. Suzanne is on the board of Reach, and she is currently studying medicine at University of British Columbia.
And also formerly worked with the Victoria Brain Injury Society.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And we're so grateful to all our wonderful volunteers and mentors who, just share their time and talent and beautiful spirits with us at Reach. This is me.
I'm not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken hearts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are.
But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words want to cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me.
Thank you. Thank you, Reach, Suzanne, and Alexa, and Liam and Amber. We had fun putting that together. That song from the movie The Greatest Showman has become an anthem for those who face stigma due to their differences. And I should mention that the performance segment in that number featuring our Reach performers was filmed before COVID. Hence, no one is wearing a mask.
Now, since COVID, our Reach programs and rehearsals and shows have been virtual, and we are pleased that Reach has still been able to actually grow during that time. We are grateful to our sponsors, Norgaard Foundation, Victoria Foundation, and Canada Council of the Arts for their support. But we do also need and rely on financial support from individuals. If you are interested to know more about our programs or how you can support us, please do visit our website and see the donations page there. All options are described there. And as we are a registered Canadian charity, of course, donations are tax deductible. And our website is West Coast Reach. Well, I guess www.westcoastreach.org.
Or just search
West Coast Reach
Yeah.
Association. Thank you so much for considering this.
One of our performing groups called Diverse City Singers celebrates diversity of cultures. As newcomers to Canada, Cindy and her daughter Mika from Taiwan joined Reach about 2 years ago. And we'll hear from them now. And that will be followed by Reach performing Keep Your Head Up, written and made popular by Andy Grammer. Our version here features soloist Pedro Sequeira. Pedro is from Brazil, and he's also a graduate of the Canadian College of Performing Arts and a wonderful mentor and volunteer for Reach, sharing his many skills with us. He also live streamed our last 2 shows for us. So enjoy.
What can we do alone or with others to help make the world a better place?
Being more caring, I understand people want to mind their own business, but we are in this world together. And if we see everybody like our family, like, they are part of us, we would treat everybody different.
Like beyond race, gender, religion, or anything of the sorts, nationality, you should always just treat a person with respect and with care. You never know what they're going through or how you can impact the world by doing that.
Yeah.
I've been waiting on the sunset, bills on my mindset. I can't deny they're getting high, higher than my income. Income's breadcrumbs. I've been trying to survive. The glow that the sun gets right around sunset helps me realize that this is just a journey. Drop your worries, you're gonna turn out fine. Oh, you turn out fine. Fine. Oh, you turn out fine. But you gotta keep your head up. Oh, and you can let your hair down. Hey, you gotta keep your head up. Oh, and you can let your hair down. Hey, I know it's hard. No, it's hard to remember sometimes. But you gotta keep your head up. Oh, and you can let your hair down. Hey, 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 hey. I got my hands in my pockets, kicking these rocks. It's kinda hard to watch this life go by. I'm buying into skeptics. Skeptics mess with the confidence in my eyes. I'm seeing all the angles, thoughts get tangled. I start to compromise my life and my purpose. Is it all worth it? Am I gonna turn out fine? Oh, you turn out fine. Fine. Oh, you turn out fine. But you gotta keep your head up. Oh, and you can let your hair down. Hey, you gotta keep your head up. Oh, and you can let your hair down. again. I said only rainbows after rain. The sun will always come again, and it's a circle, circling around again. It goes around. You gotta keep your head up. Oh, and you can let your hair down. Hey, you gotta keep your head up. Oh, and you can let your hair down. Hey, I know it's hard. No, it's hard to remember sometimes, but you gotta keep your head up. Oh, and you can let your hair down. Hey, keep your head up. And you can let your hair down. And keep your head up. And you can let your hair down. And keep your head up. And you can let your hair down. I said, oh, na 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 na.
Thanks, Pedro and Alexa and Suzanne. You guys had too much fun filming that one. Great.
So we are nearing the end of our show. That went quickly with our last song coming up. As you can see, Reach celebrates diversity, and we truly believe that we are better and stronger together because of our differences. We would like to thank all our members for their commitment and participation, and also the families and caregivers who make this possible. And special thanks to our Tobago members who join us weekly, even though our rehearsals are really late at night there.
Like really late, midnight.
Yeah. So now we're going to hear from Carl and Milka Trim in Tobago. The next question was, what can we each do alone or together to help make the world a better place?
To help someone, to reach someone is something that's not like something very special, to be able to reach someone, it's something very
reach.
But reach is like helping someone along the way. Make time to help someone along the way.
I saw a lovely quote. It says, where there is love, there is always time.
Yes, where there's love, there's always time. Yes, you will, as long as you have the love in you, you will make time. I like how we could come together as one. Yeah.
Lovely. And that's the show. We are one.
We are one. We are one. Yeah. Coming together in love and unity, togetherness.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Milka and Carl. And now we're excited to introduce our final song and to welcome Colby Jeffers from Phoenix, Arizona. Is Colby?
He's with you. You made it, man. That's so good to see you.
Hey.
Thank you,
Glad
Colby. Colby, you were a little iffy today because you inherited a bit of flu or pink eye from your kids this morning. So good of you to
I've been
come
getting
on
a lot
in
more
spite of
sick.
that.
Yes, definitely. Glad to be here. Took a shower. I spruced up a little bit, feeling good. And yes, being a parent, that comes along with the territory. They're so generous with their love as well as everything they catch from other kids. So, you gotta take it all. It's all one big responsibility.
Is there anything more important that we do in our lifetime than having a family? For those that can, of course, there are many things in their lives, but as parents, it's a challenge, but how important is that?
100%. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, not everyone gets the bounty of having children in their life, and they get to channel. We all have a responsibility to contribute to the betterment of the world. But those of us that are blessed to be parents, yes, it is definitely a challenge, but ultimately it leads to our growth in so many ways every day. My wife and I were just reflecting on that all the negative behaviors you see from your kids are just reflections of your own imperfections that you got to work on. So if you come in with that mindset, then it actually allows you the truth of where you're at in life. And that's the foundation of everything, truth. And then from there, you can grow if you decide to embrace it. So we have grown a lot in our love, our, sacrifice, service, patience, of course, so many beautiful virtues of the divine that we can grow in as we learn to guide our young ones. So very honored and blessed for the privilege of having two little ones.
Thank you, Colby. And we had a wonderful interview with you. We've included some segments of that along with this upcoming song number. And we appreciate you allowing us to add some Reach members to that song. And thanks again for taking the time to come on live and say hello. Much appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys both for hosting. It's been incredible to watch. So I'm really honored to be a part of it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Colby. And, you know, whether or not you're a rap lover, we're sure you'll appreciate the message and the positive energy in this song.
And we should mention that it's Colby with his collaborator, Awu, from Cameroon in Africa. And we talk about that in the interview, too. So, Colby, I hope it's okay. We added captions to this video. You go so fast. There are so many words.
And we don't want to miss anything.
We didn't want to miss a thing.
Of course. No, it's fantastic. I love it.
Thanks again so much. Many blessings.
Thank you.
Given the many challenges in the world today, what do you think the world needs more of?
Yes, also a fantastic question. One that I actually love asking people myself. And yeah, I think there's a huge list probably that we could generate. But I think to me, like the biggest thing or one of the most foundational things that the world needs more of is just people who understand their purpose in life. Like understand their general human purpose, which I think is like, you know, the same for all of us. And then also their unique specific purpose that they're given as an individual, which is, I think, one of the beautiful things of humanity, that like we all kind of have a shared collective purpose, but we're all these unique creations with unique talents. And I think it's such a simple thing. It's like, hey, you know, so for me, like, what is that? It's, hey, we're here to, you know, at a broad level, we're here to contribute to the betterment of the world.
I can, you can, yeah. Phoenix to Bamenda, Colby and Awu.
Check it. Yo, I woke up this morning with a dream to change the world. Just wanna bring a smile to every boy and every girl. Can't do it by myself, on my own and all alone. The world needs changing now, so let's all get in the zone. Every woman, every man, come and join me, lend a hand. It's time to step it up and lead our children to the promised land. The golden age of unity, of freedom and equality. Peace on earth is possible, just need a new mentality. Open up your heart and open up your mind. Open up your spirit, and guess what you will find? Instead of us versus them, always focused on the enemy, you'll see that your enemy is just like you and me. The world is one country and mankind is citizens. Time to come together, yo, all 7 billion. Turn war into peace, turn hate into love. Turn your frown into a smile, go give somebody a hug.
I can, you can.
We can change the world.
I can, you can.
We can change the world.
I can, you can.
We can change the world.
I can, you can.
We can change the world.
Open up your hearts and mind and face reality. Cause there is some good within you, called peace and harmony.
Look inside yourself.
So see me as your brother.
See me as your brother.
Or your sister. I'll move your mountain and you move my mountain. Cause a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step.
Yeah.
African says one hand can tie a boat. Let's unite and see the world change from good to best. And put a smile on the face of mankind as we say, I can and you can.
We can change the world.
I can, you can.
We can change the world.
I can, you can.
We can change the world.
I can, you can.
We can change the world.
Colby, how did your song Change the World come to be?
I was in an online peace education course in my college studies, and there was people from all over the world in this course. And I met a gentleman named Ingalum Franklin from Cameroon, and he had this really great spirit. We were connected. We kind of just instantly became friends through Facebook. We were chatting back and forth, and he was telling me about this organization he had called the Greens, and they do environmental work with youth. And my wife, Mallory, was very interested in environmental education at the time. So I'm telling her about this guy, and she says, well, why don't we go volunteer with him this summer? We don't have anything to do this summer. That'll be really cool. And I said, what are you talking about? Just go all the way to Cameroon to volunteer? Yeah, that seems a little bit, I don't know. She said, come on, just ask him. What can it hurt just to ask him? I said, okay. So I said, hey, Ingalum, do you think maybe my partner Mallory and I could come visit you and volunteer? And he just thought it was the best idea in the world. He said, we've never had any volunteers come from outside the country. Yes, please, we'd love to have you. So we went through all the steps. That summer we end up, taking a plane to Cameroon. At this welcome gathering, I hear this dude, strumming on the guitar, playing the guitar, and he's singing this song called Fire on the Mountain by this Nigerian artist named Asa. And I just was captivated. I was like, man, this guy's voice is just moving me. And so anyway, but I just heard his voice and I thought, man, if he's saying change the world, the lyrics to it, I just feel like it would sound really cool. So I was too nervous to ask him, but then I went to Ingalum Franklin and I asked him, I said, hey man, that guy, Awu, do you think you might be interested in collaborating with me on a song? And so Ingalum said, wait a minute, you're an artist? I said, yeah, I wrote this rap song. He's, whoa, you're a rapper? You didn't tell me that about yourself. And so he says, yes, we're going to arrange a meeting. And if this trip, you guys don't make a song, this trip is a failure. So he set the bar really high for me. And I said, oh my God. I said, okay, well, hey, let's try it. So me and Awu get together. I write all the lyrics down. I show it to him. And he's looking at the lyrics going, yeah, I like these. These are good. These are good. And within minutes, he just starts strumming his guitar and he hits those notes. I can, you can, we can change the world. And I just said, wow, that is what this song was meant to be.
We can change the world. So do unto others as you have done to you, cause change in the world starts with the golden rule. We gotta celebrate diversity and show love universally, cause everyone on earth is part of one community. Black, white, red, tan, rich, poor, woman, man, atheist, Christian, Muslim, Jew, Baha'i, Buddhist, Sikh, or Hindu. What if you were judged for the language that you spoke? What kind of feelings do you think it would evoke to people down because of your race or face religious persecution? Time to rid the world of prejudice and start a revolution, talking no more hunger and no more pain, no more violence and no more slaves, no more hatred and no more greed, no more homeless or broken families, no more pollution, no more disease, no more corruption, no more poverty, no more discrimination. Kids need an education, gotta give hope to the up and coming generation. Look towards the future and forget about our sins. Take a moment to reflect, cause the power is within. Sing it, Awu.
I can, you can.
We can change the world.
I can, you can.
We can change the world.
I can, you can.
We can change the world.
I can, you can.
We can change the world.
Every black man and every white man, we are connected as one.
One people, y'all.
Yeah. So take my hand.
Everybody now.
I'll take your hand.
Come together,
and
y'all.
the dream will come true.
Yeah.
We can all make a change.
Make a change.
One people, one world. Yeah-la-la, 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 yeah-la-la. Ooh-hoo. Yeah. Yeah-la-la, 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 yeah-la-la. And so we say, I can and you can.
This song goes out to every single member of the human race. Each action you take has an impact on the rest of humanity. So make your life about something positive and do some good to make a change.
The world needs you.
Thank you, Colby and Awu. What a wonderful way to end our show. Before signing off, we want to let you know that we are having a free live virtual sing-along for the holiday season on Monday, December 20th. That will be at 7 p.m. Pacific. Favorite songs of the season and some great video clips will be included. If you'd like to participate, just email us westcoastreach@gmail.com, and we'll send you the free link for that session.
Great. Well, it has been a privilege to bring this show to you. Thanks to our sponsors and our supporters, the Board of Reach, all our wonderful performers, our production team, and you, our audience. We hope that you've enjoyed the show. It will stay up on YouTube for future viewing. And if you don't see it on this same link, check the show's page on West Coast Reach Association website.
Yeah.
But hopefully it'll show up. And we look forward to reading your messages on the chat too. So thank you for doing that. Stay safe, stay well. Many blessings.
Thanks again for joining us. Have a great rest of the day.
Thank you.